Freedom of Financial Life is basically my way of saying welcome and be ready for the 4th of July weekend celebration here in the United States. If you're not in the United States, just wish us well, okay? So, freedom, literacy, resources is something that people will want to know. So, I'm helping you right now by saying, hey, once you join this live, do me a quick favor. Uh, Tap the like button. You can share the like too. If you can share it to folks, so people will know that we're live, and they can come join our live, or they can kind of find a way to figure out exactly what we're saying, right? So I'm live, and I hope you can enjoy some of the stuff that I'm sharing with you, and I hope you can share that with some of your folks. So welcome to my life again. This life is for folks that want to understand what it takes to actually want to be free financially, right? So I'm going to be going over my freedom of financial um, techniques that I've been utilizing. But what I'm like need you to do too while we're doing this dual live is for you to do me a quick favor, share, like, okay. And when you come in here, just tap the screen. When you tap the screen, it's going to allow people to know exactly what we're talking about, right? And it's also going to let the algorithm get more people to our live so we can have a conversation, okay? We're going to have a conversation that's going to be productive. We're going to have a conversation where people are going to know exactly what's happening. So the first thing I want you to pay close attention to is this thing right here where it says, it says freedom of financial. And oh, by the way, during this live, do me a quick favor. The one, thank you for joining. Let's see right here. Again, remember, this live is for select individuals that are looking for ways to understand exactly what needs to happen with their finances, particularly as we head towards the long holiday season. This long holiday season is going to be a lot of financial decisions that people are going to make. Obviously, you're going to celebrate um, U.S. Independence Day, which is great. Do me a quick favor. The hashtag I'm gonna need you to use for this particular live is hashtag FOF. That's freedom of financial. So that's the hashtag I need you to do. So what is all this and what does it mean? What it means really is that there's this myths. Okay, so remember financial literacy. Sometimes you don't learn all that stuff at school. And people are like, oh yeah, we want to learn financial literacy, but then they're not telling you exactly what it entails. They're not telling you that financial literacy is something that you can learn not just as a one-time basis. You can learn financial literacy. Hey, welcome aboard, everybody. Appreciate you guys joining the live. This live again is for select individual. We're gonna dispel some of the wealth myths. Okay, so when I say dispel, people think, well, you're gonna inherit. So inheritance. Okay, you can either inherit it, or you can work super hard, right? You work hard, and when you work hard, you get things out of it. So, who in the chat believes that people that have a silver spoon, the more likely to do well than people that work hard? Drop a one if you think people that inherit things will do good, and then drop a two in the chat if you think it's the other way around. So if you work hard, you're gonna get more things to happen to you versus if you don't work hard. Who believes that? Okay, thank you for joining my live again. Once you join this live, do me a quick favor. I'm gonna need you to tap the like button. Okay, do me a quick favor. Tap the like and share this live. When you share this live, it's gonna allow more people to come, and feel free to share. Also, you can tap my nose and share. That's fine with me. That's fine. Okay, welcome again, James Watson. I see you on the live, and also welcome Coco. I see you on the live. So do me a quick favor, just share. Okay, so type a one in the chat if you think the wealth myth. Uh, if somebody says that they've inherited a whole bunch of dollars, is that does that mean they're going to be more successful than somebody that's just working hard? And I'll submit to you that right now, whether you work hard or whether you inherit dollars, what will make the biggest difference is, are you going to be able to keep those dollars? Are you educated enough? Or for those that are on this live right here, I'm going to go ahead and pin some of the products. Okay, so this products right here, I'm pinning it right here. So go ahead and tap into these products. Okay, so a couple of books that's going to help you with that whole. So the other piece I wanted to talk about too, besides you understanding the inheritance piece and also the work hard, work ethic piece, that's what I call that, because it's called the work hard, is to what extent, okay, and I want you to kind of listen to this very, very carefully. To what extent or you're going to be in a situation where you've been given all the resources, but then you lost the resource. Okay, that's what I call understanding resource prioritization. So you can understand resource prioritization is going to help you in the long run. It's going to help you because you're going to be able to say, hey, maybe I don't need this right now. Because there's always the urge to get. Thank you again, Charles Jones. Thank you for joining. The Real Jay, thank you for joining. Let's see here, Kaylee, thank you for joining. I see you. Do me a quick favor. When y'all come to this live, I'm going to need you to participate in this live so we can get some more engagement going. Because again, TikTok and the algorithm likes engagement. Okay, Sony, thank you for joining. I see you. All right. So again, like I was talking about, understanding the resource prioritization. What do you need versus what do you want? Because people get it all confused, and I think that's where the misunderstanding comes in terms of people saying, hey, I want this. Noel Justice, thank you for joining, but I don't have this. Just because you want something doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna get it. Okay, so what do you need versus what do you want? That's a key distinction when it comes to this resource prioritization key, because a lot of people are thinking that they're gonna get everything that they want. No, you're not gonna get everything that you want. You may get what you need, okay, but you're not going to get what you want. And it's not always the case that just because you want something you're gonna get it, okay? And I'll give you an example right now. You guys already and girls already see what's happening right now in terms of resource prioritization. You guys heard about the big beautiful bill and what's happening with the House bill. I don't know if it passed yet, but the last I heard 3 hours ago, people were debating on it, trying to figure out what do they need or what do they want inside that particular bill. So it's a congressional action. That's Congress. Obviously, people may not be tracking this, but it's something. It's an example of that resource prioritization. Now, the only thing I think you should be also very paying close attention to is what I call leveraging other people's skill set. So, other people may have skill set that you don't have. So, the challenge for you is to figure out how to leverage that skill set. So, keep the live going. So again, when the live are going, it means a lot of people are coming to here and they're leveraging what. So that skill set. Pink, thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Mika, thank you for joining. The skill set that you need is what's gonna make the difference. Okay. Okay. Hibiscus, Frog Studio, thank you for joining. Okay, let's go. If you're getting value from what you're seeing right now, type me in the chat. Type me in the chat right now. When you type me in the chat, it's gonna let me know that you are getting much value from the Freedom of Financial. Don't forget the hashtag is FOF. Okay, FOF, hashtag FOF, so we can get this going. I want this to go on fuego. I want it to go viral. Okay, so I told you leveraging other people's skill set. So there might be some skill sets that you have that you're not quite sure if you've honed those particular skill sets. So what I recommend you do is at some point you need to figure out, okay, is there people somewhere that know more than I do? Because if you have people that actually know more than you do, it might not be such a bad idea to leverage their skill set. And that's what I've been teaching people. It's like, hey, there's people out there, even on this live right now, I can almost guarantee you that there's people that know a certain kind of thing. Lisa, thank you for joining. And they're willing to share with you, but you got to know when to ask, right? You got to know when to say to yourself, you know what, I need help. I need help. I want to build this, but I think I don't have the skill set to build this. So therefore, I'm going to reach out to somebody else to say, hey, can you help me? And sometimes you may have to buy books. If you're on this live right now, I've pinned some books that are going to help you with your particular situation. Check out those books right now and go tap into them, okay? These books are, because I'm a big believer in education. A lot of people think they're just going to get things happening to them and they don't know a quick way to solve that problem. So books are a good way to kind of do this, okay? It doesn't mean if it's physical or it could be ebooks or whatever. Just order the books and read, because when you start leveraging other people's skill set, you're gonna add more to your I call it rucksack, okay? To your toolkit. You're gonna add more to it, and when you add more, it's gonna help you become more of a problem solver. Because remember, if I'm telling you that you're gonna leverage your freedom of financial by doing other people's skill, that means that there's work to be done, okay? Let's face it, there's work to be done. You're not just gonna all of a sudden hashtag FOF, wealth creation myths busted, okay? Inheritance versus work hard. You don't know which one is which, but you're still going. But you understand resource prioritization. I gave you the example of what Congress is doing right now. That's resource prioritization. Somebody is losing and somebody is winning. Somebody's going to be saying, well, you're taking too much from me, but is it what you want or is it what you need? You got to make that decision if it's what you want. If it's what you want, then you got to know exactly the right kind of resource mix that you're going to utilize to get after what it is that you actually want. But if it's what you need, well, if you need it, do you necessarily have to have it? I don't know. I got to have it. You guys know that there's a song way back when that kind of talks about that. But in all seriousness, the books, I've pinned the books right here. Go ahead and tap it in the shop, okay? But on the other hand, what I've noticed a lot of people do is they think, for example, coaching, okay, on experts. They think, I don't need the help of an expert. I don't need the help of a coach. I can do it by myself. Can you do it by yourself all the time, every time? I beg to differ. I significantly doubt that you can do everything by yourself, okay? Again, when you join this live, do me a quick favor. Tap the like button. You can tap my nose and share. What I've been doing lately, I've been looking at some people that need help in certain areas, and I've been linking them up with certain experts that I've been getting a hold of. So coaches and experts, very important. So leveraging other people's skills. The subset of that is coaches and experts. And then the last piece that I'm going to share with y'all is how are you going to put it together? Okay, let me tell you, putting it together is the hardest part of this stuff because you have to be disciplined and you have to know exactly what you're doing. Bill Strauss, thank you for joining. And let's see here, Cashin, thank you for joining. Let's go. Okay, all right. So how do you put it together? And this one is very, very tricky because a lot of people think they can put things together, but it's the hardest piece because it's going to take commitment. Are you committed to what it is you're trying to do? Are you committed to the freedom financial? How are you going to demonstrate that commitment? Is by actually taking a step-by-step approach to it, okay? Step by step. I mean, step by step is becoming increasingly important in an environment that's challenged, okay? In an environment where people are giving you all kinds of information and you don't know how to put this information together. I mean, when you start thinking about how to put information together, you're going to start noticing that some information is not what you need to take care of. So the commitment itself requires a step by step, okay? And along with commitment is something I call discipline. And what is discipline? Somebody define discipline in the chat. Go ahead and put discipline in the chat. What does discipline mean to you? And what do I mean by discipline? Okay, it's that thing that makes you want to get up. It's that thing that makes you keep to your routine. It's that thing that says, today I'm going to do this. Even though I have all this conflicting stuff in my calendar, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to focus on this. And when you start focusing on the discipline, it's going to take you a long place. Okay, so in terms of seeking the help of a coach, and that's the other piece of it, use discipline, you're going to stay the course. But do you have coaches? Do you have mentors? Some people say, oh, mentors, okay? When they hear mentors, they run away, okay? But what is that? Who's the mentor? It's just pretty much somebody that you can talk to, you can share ideas with. They can hear your story and they can tell you their story. They can share things that they're probably going through or lessons learned that they've had when they were coming up. And that, thank you for the likes. Do me a quick favor, tap my nose and share also. So that the mentorship is very important. It's very crucial. And a lot of people are missing the mark when it comes to mentorship. They think, for example, that to be a mentor, you have to have all the knowledge base and the skill set required to be a mentor. But it's not always that you have mentors that understand everything. It's just that people are willing to share. They're willing to help you in the process. And in so doing, you can become more of a value add to somebody that's looking for ways to get to their freedom of financial. So again, I'm going to recap this. Wealth myths, I already told you. Some people said, if you inherited something, you're going to make more money. On the other hand, some people said, if you work hard and you're going to make more money. So again, I kind of give you those examples. The other thing that I wanted to talk about right now, because again, it doesn't matter what resources that you're looking at getting. There's this concept. Don't forget to use my hashtag FOF, Freedom of Financial. There's this concept called money and what it does, okay? And I'd like to quickly take some time to talk to you about what money is and what it does. Because a lot of people don't understand what money is, okay? It doesn't matter if it's the pounds, the dollars, the euro, the naira, or Bitcoin for that matter, okay? Because that's the new thing that's going on right. It flows. Money moves and flows. Money moves and flows. Go ahead and put in the chat. Money moves and flows. When you understand the concept about money and the extent to which money moves and flows, then you're going to understand how you can tap into the resource prioritization piece of it, right? So the waves, when you go to the beach this weekend, for those that are close by water, you're going to see waves. What it is, it's moving. Something is moving it. You guys know another name for water? What happens in there is currents, right? So currency, money. If you understand this from everything that I've spoken to you, understanding how to resource prioritize, leveraging other people's skill set, and then putting it all together, knowing exactly what it means to be able to get. When people think resources, financial, they think money, but something is flowing, and that thing that's flowing is flowing towards you or it's flowing away from you. To what extent are you going to understand and tap into that? That's the one thing I want to talk to you guys about right now. So what I need you to do, if you can do me a quick favor, DM me if you have any questions, okay? And that's all I wanted to come right now and tell you guys about this live, tell you about some of my resources. And oh, by the way, I do offer coaching, okay? If you're interested in learning exactly some of my coaching, I'm going to pin the contact form. I've pinned it right there. Go ahead and type into the contact form, fill out your information, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to reach out to you, and I'm going to answer some of your questions. The contact forms are pinned right there. Go ahead and do that, okay? Do it for me, and I want you to enjoy your 4th of July weekend holiday for those in the United States. If you're overseas, celebrate with us, okay? All right? We like to celebrate, so I'm going to put some lights on real quick. I'm going to make some flashes, okay? Here's our celebration. What's going on, y'all? We are celebrating right now, 4th of July in advance. We are celebrating. So I'm going to come back again this evening, and we're going to talk some more. I'm going to give you some more tips. Don't forget, reach out to me. I've put the forms there. Also, follow me. If you can follow me, that will help the process. My link is over there. All right, folks. Have a good day, and I'll be back with you again.